Hello everybody, welcome back. In the previous video we built this. If you were watching or in class even, we did Introduction to Prints here. Now we're going to have a little blurb, or a little video of how to turn things in. So effectively what we got to do now is we've run this, it works. Every time we've run it, it compiles and saves. So we have to turn all this in. Now, my default, wherever that happens to be, so whenever you get a new project and you create a project, you hit next, it asks you the location of where that needs to be. This right here happens to be where my file has gone, or my whole project. So I want to go there so I can turn this in. So essentially, we can come up here and I can just kind of paste that in there if I need to. But here are my projects that I've made. And you'll see this right here is this particular project that I'm in. I called it just intro. You may have called it info prints, but if I double click on it, it gives me the solution. If I go a little bit further, we'll get the intro CPP and several other files. The CPP is basically your source file. You'll see it says C++ source file. This is where your code is, the actual code. And if we go a little bit further, we've got some other things like when it ran and a couple of other little things. It's this whole bunch of log files and stuff here. What I want is the whole project. So the very base project here is what I want you to turn in. Now how this works, if you're in Windows, I'm not quite sure about a Mac, it may be somewhat similar, but I want to zip this up. So if I right click and I go to send to, there should be an option for compressed zip folder. And what that's going to do, if I right click on this file, send to compressed zip folder, it's going to, oh wait, I've got it open, so there's a problem. Let me close this. There we go. Hopefully that should fix that. I'll refresh just in case. I want to right click, send to compressed zip folder. And it's going to put all these folders, all these files, into a zipped up folder. Now, the problem with turning in assignments and stuff, you can't turn in a folder. You can turn in a single file. You can turn in multiple files if you click and check each little thing you want to turn in. But you can't turn in a single folder. So in order to get all of this project in so I can open it and look at it, you're going to have to put it all in here. So when I click on it, you'll see I've actually got all the little things that are in there. Everything that is set. So I want all of it. I don't want just the CPP. I want everything you've run. Because there's other things I have to look at outside of just the code. I need to look at everything. So this discourages cheating and all that. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to First Program. That should be available. And you're going to click on it. And I do not have an option up here, but there should be a Submit option. And you're going to click it. And then there will be a little option here to actually attach that file. You're going to click Browse, and you're going to go to the location wherever you happen to save it. And there should be this zip folder here, which is what we want to turn in. I can't turn in this, but I can turn in that. When you hit OK, it'll attach at the bottom and you can hit Submit. And then I think it plays a little animation of confetti that you submitted something. That's great. I think I'm going to adjust the points for this. So that's actually going to be 5. Let's fix that now. That way I can do that. Okay. And the dates and things may be different depending on when you're watching this video. But you'll turn it in, and I will check through each one of them and make sure you did it, essentially. Now, if you go to your grades, you will see probably a little piece of paper there. If you see a little piece of paper, that means you turned it in, but it hasn't been graded yet. Unfortunately, Canvas cannot grade these things for me. I have to do it. So I have to open each of your files and look at the code, and then I'll know if you did it right. I'll give you your points. So that's all you have to do for this. Make sure you turn in the whole project, attach it, submit it, and then I'll grade it and make sure you did it. And that's essentially it. Then you can move on to the next project or the next program that we're writing or reading or whatever. So if you have any problems with that, again, the first step is to go to your folder where your projects are kept, and you should know where that is. If you don't know where that is, open up Visual Studios and, file, open your project. You can save it. You can go to create a new one, and where's that location? Copy, paste it if you need to, like I just did. You may not be able to see the entire thing, but go to that folder and then zip up the main folder at the very top. Don't dig into it and just give you 1 or 2 files. I want the whole thing. Otherwise, I'm going to have you resubmit it. Now, this may take a little bit of getting used to, at least initially, but once you've done it a couple of times, it becomes fairly second nature. You'll have a lot easier time doing it the 3rd and 4th and 5th time, because every time you turn in a project, you're going to have to do the same thing. And it's only going to accept a zip file, so you need to zip the project up. So that's it. Submit it, and then I will grade it, usually around the weekend. If you're not sure about something, you can message me or talk to me, and I'll happily look at it before that if you need. So that's the video.